Okay, hi Nerd Flickers. It's Friday, although I'm recording this on Thursday, and I've been trying to figure out what I want to talk about today, because I don't really have a lot of happy stuff going on right now. It's just been a hell of a day, and so I figured that I would talk about books, because books usually make me happy, unless the book sucks. I'm looking at you, 50 Shades of Grey. So, a bunch of people were posting in the LeakyCon group about a book challenge they were doing for 2015. And I have no problem reading enough books. It's definitely not an issue for me. I read a lot. And so it just sounded fun. I'll post a link to the challenge in the doobly-doo if anybody else wants to do it. And I'll post a link to the group of the nerd fighters that are doing it too. Because we all bounce ideas off of each other, and it's just another group of people who love to read, so it's fun. But I was trying to think about some questions that I'd want to ask you guys about books, and you can either talk about it in your video if you want to, if you're looking for an idea, or you can just post in the group. So Melanie helped me come up with some questions too, but I'm gonna ask the questions, answer the questions. I'll post the questions down below too. So here we go. So the first question is obvious, like your favorite book. I'm gonna say standalone because you can't pick a favorite book from a series. I've never been able to do that. And so my favorite book is probably The Fault in Our Stars. Maybe not. I feel like I've read it too many times now. I've kind of ruined it for myself. But that was the book that led to all of everything that's awesome in my life right now. That book started. So it's not just the book that it was John and everything. But I guess that's what I'd say is my favorite book. If someone asked me, I would say that. My favorite series is Harry Potter. That's the second question. Favorite series. I have other favorite series, but that's number one. Favorite author that isn't John or J.K. Rowling. Mine's Sarah Dessen, and she's my favorite author, period. But she's the author that really got me into loving reading. And she has a new book coming out this month. Or not this month, this year in May. And I just can't wait. I love her. I want her to come to Geeky so bad. And she's friends with John. So it's a thing that should happen, is all I'm saying. And other authors I like are like Rainbow Rowell, Gail Forman, Casey West is amazing. And she said she would go to Geeky, but she didn't know didn't know what it was, and she needed to be invited. But she said she'd go. She answered me on Goodreads. That was exciting. Book you're excited about this year? Well, I already said Sarah has a new book coming out. Casey West has a new book coming out. And Gail Forman's new book is coming out this month. And I'm super stoked about that. And then another book I was excited about was supposed to come out Sunday, but then she released it today. So I'm probably going to start that soon. My favorite genre is young adult romance. Favorite and least favorite movie adaptation. My favorite movie adaptation is The Help. And my least favorite Hunger Games. I loved that book. Hated the first movie. So that. What book would you recommend to someone who doesn't usually like reading? I don't know. All the books that I like. Well, maybe some, it would depend on the person. Because if they're really sick in the head, I would recommend I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell. But if they're normal and don't like to read, I'd ask what's wrong with them, because reading is awesome. Favorite characters, good and or bad. My all-time Neville Longbottom. Character you've related to the most. I can't remember her name, but it's the main girl in Into the Wild Nerd Yonder. I would look it up, but I don't have my book back yet. Melanie has it. But that's the one I've related to the most. World you'd most like to visit, Hogwarts. Like, duh. And favorite non-human character, Dobby. Duh. It's Dobby. But, so that's my vlog. I went way over, so now I'm going to have to edit this stupid thing. I hate editing. I might not edit. You could punish me if you want to. Do what you gotta do, peeps.